Hi everyone, welcome back. If you've ever wondered how to turn your portrait photography images into reels that can actually help stop the scroll, there is a way and it's really quick and easy to do it. So today I'm going to show you my personal process, and that's using a program called FlexClip. Posting just one photo doesn't always cut it anymore, especially on social media like Instagram and TikTok and things like that. But when I turn my portraits into little stories, behind the scenes, a before and after, showing a little bit more of the creative details, that's when my engagement really does improve. So when I'm shooting, I grab just a few seconds of video here or there, whether it's from my mobile phone or off my camera, whether it's setting up the lights or fixing a model's hair, or just even the model reacting or interacting with the camera. And all those moments make for great reel content that I use later on. Okay, so I take all those little clips that I had and I load them into FlexClip. So this is a browser-based program, so there's no heavy software. Here I can trim, arrange, overlay text. I usually pick a template and that saves time, and it just allows me to swap in my own images. So as you can see, I've got quite a few that I have done here. I've been using FlexClip for a while now and I love it. If it's just simple reels that I'm putting together, behind the scenes, before and afters, lots of things that I have done with FlexClip. I really do enjoy using it. So that's on my projects. You've got a whole heap of templates there. There's lots of AI tools that you could use as well. I generally don't use any of the AI stuff per se, but there's AI text to speech, there's AI background remover, there's AI subtitles, AI text to image. There's so much that you can put in here if that takes your fancy as well. As I said, loads of templates. So to create a video, you just go create video. Do you want it a 16:9 for YouTube, or a 9:16 for Instagram or TikTok, or even a 1:1, etc.? It's all there. You can pick whichever canvas you want. You can add in your tools and things here, or if you just simply just click on what you want, it will then ask you to load your images up. So here's one I prepared earlier. So I have loaded just a few little clips, some photos. I've also got a logo that I use, which I have got saved in my folder there, so I can grab that anytime I want to use it. Once you grab your image, bring it along, and then you can come through. You can edit. If you want to put filters on it, you can adjust things like exposure, contrast, and all the rest of it. I usually turn the volume off, and I will then add audio over the top. You can change your speed, so if you want it to go slower or faster, you can do all of that. You can flip or rotate and move things around. Sometimes when they come in, they're not necessarily always the right ratio, so you can flip that around. That's always really good to be able to flip things and move them around as well. People love a transformation, so upload a raw file and a finished file side by side, add a swipe for a transformation, add some text, and you're done. And I'll show you one in just a second. Sometimes the reel is just about the details too, so maybe it's a close-up of makeup or props or lighting effects. You can slow it down in FlexClip for a bit of drama, and that's always really cool. People just love to be able to see behind the scenes, not so much just a straight photo, although they love the straight photos too. So this is another one that I did with model Peter, and we just slowed it down a little bit, just got some footage of her reacting with the camera. It doesn't even take a lot. You can add different transitions, so perhaps you want to fade from one to the other, and then you can add music. So you can add more media, there's different text that you can add in, there's loads of different templates. You can add in video, you can add in other images, you've got audio, you've got elements, there's different effects that you can put in. So there's lots you can do. So this is just a little video that I did with just a couple of quick, simple little snippets. So it doesn't take much, a little bit of audio, just a nice subtle transition for some video through to a photo, and then I've got my outro, which has got my little logo and my name and everything on it. So let's just make a quick before and after video. So I'm just going to go create video. I want it for an Instagram or a reel. I'm going to go and grab my images. So I'm just going to grab those images there. I'm going to use a vertical portrait crop because it fits better into the reel, but you can use vertical ones and you can split this into two different images, top and bottom, especially if you go and have a look in templates. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit plus and I'm going to add that one, then the after, then plus, 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 and plus. So you can then decide, see these are all at 5 seconds. Do you want them at 5 seconds, or perhaps you want something a little bit more fast paced? So I'm going to click on those and maybe I'm going to make them 3 seconds. So that will shorten all of that up. I want to put my outro on there, so I'm just going to click on that and bring it down. I am going to reduce the size of that because I don't want it that big, and this background I want to make it white, so I'm going to click on here and you can change it to whatever color you want. I want to add some text in here, so I'm going to add a heading and I'm going to change the color of that to black. I want to change this to handwriting, one that I use all the time, which is Dancing Script, and I'm just going to move that down here and I'm going to put Julie Powell Photography, although I didn't want that in all capitals. So I've popped that there. So now I'm going to go back to the start and I'm just going to hit play. Now if you double click on these, you can come into what you have applied to each frame, and you can cut that, change it, crop it, do things like that. If you're putting video in, you can duplicate or you can split or crop your edits just by grabbing the sides and pulling it in. So I've got the before, and maybe I want something a little bit more oomph than that. So I'm going to come out of here, take that one out as well. Let's go into some of the text styles and see if we can see something that sort of grabs us a little bit. I don't mind this vintage one. I'm going to put before. And after. So there's before, after. I don't think I need to put it on every single one of them. I could do different transitions. Let's have a little look at maybe just a I quite like a nice faded transition, so actually I might... You've got different light effects and transitions and things that you can put in there as well. Fades and zooms and blurs. There's so many different ones in there that you could do. How about we put in a nice light leak? And I could put that to all of them, but I'm just going to leave that there for the moment. Then what I want to do is I want to put some audio, so perhaps I want to look for something in particular, classical. I do like that string arpeggios. And this is another one that I really like as well. So I'm just going to pop that on there for the moment. So if you want to edit your audio, you can do that too. So it takes just a beat for it to come in. So I'm just going to cut that and drag my audio over. And if I want to fade it in or fade it out, so I might fade it in just a touch. And I want to make sure that it goes to the end there, and I want to fade that out. And that's pretty much it. So let's just put it all together. One last thing that I want to do is that I just want to come over here and I want to put just a social media tag on here. And just pop my model social media in there, and then of course I can maybe make that just a fraction bigger as well. And that's it. So all I need to do then is just hit export. I want to export as 1080p, and I will just name this. So this is just a Sophisticat before and after. I'm going to hit export, as I said. And that's it. It's quick as air. I can download the video, I can go straight to TikTok or YouTube, and that's it. And that's how I create scroll stopping reels from my portrait sessions without any complications to it at all. If you're struggling to get engagement, trying to turn your photos into a little story, things like that, maybe FlexClip could be for you, and it really does make it easier. So if you like this, maybe give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments what kind of reels you'd like to see next. Bye.